On a beautiful Saturday morning, no longer lakefront property. Yeah. Welcome to the BEBC BS Podcast.
Number
37, in honor of
the Hitman,
Senior DB Kendall Hayes of the current Allen Eagles.
Yep.
And our blast from the past, number 37,
Josh Reed.
Coach Carter called him Smiley.
Smiley?
The Hitman.
Him and Tucker were good buddies. So
were they?
Yeah.
All I know is he would hit you hard.
Oh, dude. Yep. It's probably what made him smile.
It could be.
And that was like the tallest DB it seemed like we had for a while.
He was a big kid.
Yeah.
So Josh Reed, wherever you are, this one's in honor of you. So, yeah, I mentioned a second ago, no longer lakefront property because the rain has kind of stopped.
It's drying out. We're going to get some midweek. Hopefully Friday's dry.
Little darling.
Oh, shut up, Pete Delkus.
Yeah.
He looks just like Pete Delkus. But we finally had a game with, like, actual fall football weather.
Gorgeous weather.
Wasn't it awesome?
And then in the second half when that cool breeze started to blow a little bit and I had to put my hoodie on.
There was no wind. That smoke just kind of hung in the air.
Yeah, we smelled like hamburgers. We left last night.
All night. Everybody.
We smelled worse than that.
Yeah.
Beautiful moon.
Yeah, the bad moon rising over the stadium was cool.
It was a red moon.
So it was like yesterday was kind of perfect.
It was a pink moon, sir.
Pink. Pink out. Mr. Skeleton, there you go. Yeah. And we'll stop right here and say to all you individuals suffering from cancer and
fighting cancer,
have suffered from cancer or lost people to cancer, we honor you this month. Last night was pink out. And, hope everybody participated. Be aware of those that are suffering because that's a nasty disease. Boy.
I had my pink underwear
Save the tatas.
on.
Pink underwear.
Thank you.
And I'm glad nobody saw that.
Well, Alan did mention the full moon rising.
No, bad moon rising.
Krakatoa.
Yeah. East of Java.
So there was a game last night. And a game that had some significance as it
didn't seem like it in the first
quarter.
quarter.
Not much of a game in the first quarter.
Man, I can't even finish my statement and everybody's dogpiling.
Well, but we found out why.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but it's like, okay, coming in, you're 4-0. This is for your opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. Mm-hmm. It's a foregone conclusion Allen's going to make the playoffs every year for the most part, but you still have to go play and you still have to make it happen.
Jeez, we're spoiled.
Aren't we, though? Sometimes,
ain't it nice?
Yeah. Be glad you're here and not, W.T. White or someone.
Plano East.
Or West. Or West, yeah.
Plano East. But, 5-0 after last night. So you now have clinched the playoff spot. Congratulations.
Yay.
But, here we go again. And it's – I did this. I said this. I'm going to say this. Gamble stopped by the tailgate before the game, and I spouted off to him. I said, let's make this thing over by halftime. Which, when in retrospect, they did.
It was.
But what the heck is going on with first quarter? Someone explain to me what's going on with first quarter with this team.
Is it execution? Is it like having a scripted game plan?
What, a scripted game plan that they look like they don't even care to be out there?
Let's burn 12 minutes and then start.
So
and literally, that's what the game plan's been
like
the last 2 or 3 games.
Well, the sad thing about that is that happens against some really good teams, and then we're going to be down.
Now, I don't.
What did we do when they against Plano East? Though we came out guns, they were ready to play. They were fired up,
and that's the only game. I said that to somebody.
So
that's the only game.
I don't think that's going to be a problem
since district has started that they've really looked motivated in the first quarter.
Well, they had a lot of reason to be motivated.
Well, maybe we need to make a little phone call each.
I think we need to. I think we need to be like the liberals and start doing false accusations on social media.
Do we need to start making fake
news?
Twitter.
Hello. Well, so I'll go to my post on the boards. I think the coaching staff needs to put the second string in to start the game, which they're going to be highly motivated to ball out to begin with, and
psychology going on.
There you go.
Put them on the line.
I can't figure it out.
So in years past, when we blow teams out the guys get to play 2 quarters.
Yeah.
So this group decided we're just going to play the second and third quarter.
they want to.
Not the first.
They want to play 3 quarters, so they tank the first so they can get to play the second and third.
Yeah.
Of course, it got them last night because they only played 1 series in the second half. But
Yeah.
it's like, what is going on? So McKinney Boyd gets the ball. They get a first down. They get to midfield, and they have 4th and a yard,
And we stop them.
and they go for it. And I looked at Allen and I said, why do the coaches want to put their kids in that position to start with?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't get it, you're automatically behind the 8 ball. You give Allen a short field, and Allen gets the short field, and they kick a field goal.
But it's weird because I heard the coaches over there say, but it's the first quarter.
Oh,
Anyway.
Well, as few people there were last night, you probably could hear him.
Yeah.
yeah, there were times last night. We'll get, and I'll just say that. So they get a field goal, and you're like, okay, field goal, great. That'll next time they'll get the touchdown. And boy, they went the whole first quarter and did not score. No, Boyd did neither. And again, we'll give Coach Kane a lot of love later in this thing, but defense lights out.
We were texting in our little chat app, and we were all complaining about this first quarter, and it's like I was like, well, just wait till the second quarter, first play probably will do something. Sure enough,
Boom.
And who is it that did it?
Selden.
Dude, that run, I
That kid,
haven't seen the highlights in
that was right in front of me.
the moves he had on that run.
Yeah.
The safety doesn't stand a chance once.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is going on there?
That safety's still looking for his jock on that field.
It was crazy. Y'all keep talking. I got to move this.
Talking.
We're still
Lost
talking.
and found shoe found on the field.
Talking.
Peas
Hello.
and carrots.
Watermelon.
Mechanical
All right, y'all
pencil.
stop.
Okay.
See what happens when you tell these guys to, you can say Phil. That's what they do.
Actually, the camera's there. You're talking to the monitor.
I know it. I'm making sure.
There's a
everything's
picture of
right.
himself in
Well, it's
there.
like
so he's
Obato
talking.
and the drum majors. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
more.
Hurry.
So
Extend it.
second quarter, and then things do. It's
Pick
like,
up.
It's almost like Boyd stopped playing, which we know didn't happen, but something just happens. The second quarter rolls around, and you roll off 28 points.
It's night and day.
There's a multiple personality disorder that happens.
It's
right
night and
there.
day.
I don't know.
Well, it's just
Well,
like
and we
that
never
year.
really had bad field position the whole night.
No.
They couldn't move
Allen.
it. Allen.
Well, that doesn't matter. I just mean the whole mindset and what seemed like the whole just changed. That second quarter started,
It's like game on.
and it was like, okay, now it's time to play.
Well,
I mean,
you-
it was almost like they were playing. It's like, hey, let's just take it easy in the first quarter, and then we'll play 3 quarters. Next week they'll only play the second half.
Well, I mean that's what it used to be. I mean, we used to talk
Oh,
about
that's
this
true.
where they didn't do anything
They
the
didn't
first
do
half,
anything the first
and they
half,
come
and
out the second
second
half,
half,
and it was
After some
lights
adjustments
out.
were made, yeah, that's true.
Oh, and I hate that halftime adjustments.
Oh,
But
And but then the band parents don't get to see it because they're already left.
God, and a ton of them left again last night.
We had people with us. We had company come to the game last night, and they went, "Where's everybody going?"
Whataburger.
Whataburger, yeah.
And I
Jack in
said,
the
"Yeah,
Box.
that's our band parents. They leave when after their kids are done. You know, well, they ought to move the band performance to the end of the game." I said,
You got
"That's a
some
good
smart
idea."
friends.
Bad when visitors say that. But you come up to a 38-0 lead, and you scored 35 points in the second quarter. 35 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And it was
could-
just all of a sudden, well, and I don't know, and another good night for Grant, very efficient.
Yep.
He didn't play much because they pulled him and started the third quarter.
Which is good. Don't need to tear him up.
4 touchdown passes. He was laying some balls where they needed to be.
Yep.
That one, the Theo.
Yeah. Well, Theo had 2 touchdown receptions,
He did.
and they were both really good. The one that you were talking about, full run, stretch. He was
I
not
haven't
missing
seen
that ball.
Theo's reach that far out and his whole career.
Like one of the Incredibles when the arm stretches out there.
He went way out there, and I mean, it still was fingertips.
Yeah.
Don't think that in the back of Theo's mind, because we talked to him before the game, that last week wasn't
That
very
got
much
to
in the
him.
forefront.
Absolutely.
Because I said, let's get a bunch tonight. He goes, yeah, if I quit dropping balls. So he
The kid's
knew.
working his butt
Boy,
off.
I mean, it
Always
was
get
a
better.
fingertip catch, and it just we were sitting because it was right in front of where we were sitting, and I was just like, holy cow! How did he catch that? And my friends were like, how the heck did he catch that ball? Because it looked like he wasn't going to be able to get to it.
Yeah,
wanted it.
Against the McKinney, same thing. Allen goes, "Where's that ball going?" And I think it was one of the Green boys ran under it. And this was almost the exact same thing. But I didn't think the ball was up in the air as much. And Theo's like, he did like.
Yeah, it was not a high
back of
angle.
the ball.
It was a low angle. So
Yeah.
it was coming in with some heat.
Yeah.
And he
That's
just
kinda what it
fingertipped
looked
it.
And it wasn't necessarily an over the shoulder, but
that
it
what
was
you're
just a
trying to say?
reach out,
Yeah.
extend.
So this was like 2 weeks in a row now that Grant's got rocked by some defensive players coming in late. You know, I mean, who's missing
well, but
assignments?
he's running. But he's running out of the box also.
Well, he was
know,
standing
that
there.
one
He was
play.
standing
I
there
know,
and got
I know.
racked up pretty
And
good.
I mean, I swear from my angle, he was in front of y'all, but from my angle, it looked like Grant was looking right
Dead
at that
at the
kid,
guy.
running right
Yeah.
at him.
Well,
And I was like, "Are you going to move? Are you going to move?"
One
And
of the
then
first ones, the running back
Whang!
missed the block. He just absolutely missed the block out of the backfield, and the guy came in untouched.
Well, that was a late blitz on that guy.
yeah,
And,
but
well,
that seems
but
to be what
Allen
they're
called
doing.
it.
Yeah.
Before that
2 weeks in a
play,
row.
he goes, 40's coming. Even before the ball was snapped, guess what? Here
40
comes
came.
40, and 40 got him. And
How
we're
do
like,
we know that? And
That's why I turned
Well, we have
around
a
and was
higher-
saying that to the press box. Can you not see what I see?
Oh, hey, speaking of the press box, was that a new announcer last night?
Oh my gosh, that was a 5-star announcer.
that was a new announcer last night. I don't know if I'd go 5-star.
Well, or maybe a replacement
0.5?
announcer. But I mean, ultimately, it's all the spotters. It's not the announcer's fault.
Somebody knows something.
I don't know anything. I've got to be very careful when it comes to the announcer because I don't know the guy, but all I know is what I hear, and it drives me nuts. So
Okay,
I
hey,
got to be careful. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
we're
a
all
new
over the
announcer.
place here, aren't we?
yeah,
Yeah,
oh, we
yeah.
are. We are.
It's kind of like the first quarter.
It was. It's all this. It's this fall air that just has everybody
It
giddy
is.
or
It's
something.
refreshing. Giddy.
So
Giddy.
38 to nothing at halftime,
Yep.
and I go, okay, game's over at halftime. Gamble did what I asked
Yeah.
him. Very nice. So, but it was weird the way they got there. And again, McKinney Boyd had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Their receiver, and I talked to Mo before the game about him.
Number 23.
Perkins Mo.
Perkins,
Number
Mo.
23.
Mo Perkins. Yeah, I talked to Mo and I said, okay, you got a big guy, Kareem Coleman,
You got to cover him.
averaged 32 yards a catch coming into the game. 32 yards.
And last night he was.
He got 35 yards all night last night.
Oh!
And about 10 drops.
Way to go, Mo.
And
Oh, what a good game.
He did. He was all over him.
The DBs played very
He
well.
smothered him.
And again, a lot of it has to do, and I love this about this defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what people's stats are. When you play against that front seven, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yep.
And Jernigan didn't play last night. He was held out. And Seth went out for a while. And so you played a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And the pressure on the quarterback was, they didn't sack him that much. They got him a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But the pressure, it changes everything.
Yeah, Cyrus the Virus had a good game. 96.
Yes.
He did.
Cyrus the
Cyrus
virus.
the
He's
virus.
catching. He's catching.
Oh, wow.
I hadn't heard that one.
And then 94.
Yeah, he was
Khalil,
good.
I can't remember his.
Look it up. We got the book.
And
But
the right end, I guess he is.
Yep. All right. Don't.
Well, okay.
He just
So hey,
went.
here's one of the things I wanted to point out: the crossing
Malik
route,
Allen.
the crossing route for a TD, number 18, Blaine Green. That was an amazing toss, great catch because he was covered up. I mean, the
He
DB
got
was going with
interfered
him.
with.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did get interfered with.
on the shorter pass in
The shorter pass to the south end zone, he was
Yeah, they-
covered up, and
We have that used to be the Cole Carter,
yep,
Kyler Lee Morris connection.
Yep.
A lot.
But
That
it
was good to
shows
see him use
you
that
Green's
again.
got some great hands. It was
Yeah,
a
he-
perfect pass, had
Yep.
to be, but that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, that was a good.
Well, and I appreciate it last night. Sometimes you just appreciate when 2 times last night I was like, good for them.
Yeah.
One was Juwan's touchdown.
Yes.
Because Juwan had not
Number
had a
8.
receiving touchdown all year.
that was
He
I
had
love
a
the
kick
kid.
return, I think, but no receiving touchdown.
And
Well,
that-
in all of those passes, where were all of those passes?
in the middle of the field. Hello. Everything in the middle.
Well, and there was another one. Theo had come out, and you called it. Theo was in the slot, and you said he's gonna come across on a post. He came across on a post, and unfortunately, I don't know if Grant didn't see him, but it was quick because he gets out there and
Grant was
cuts
running
in.
for his life on that play.
Well, but he was almost looking straight at where Theo was, and there's a big 10, 15-yard wide area.
I'm going to give...
Things happen fast.
I want to say this about Boyd. To me, again, we've been seeing Boyd for years now, being in the district. This team was big, and they looked athletic. Where before... I mean, do y'all remember last year when... What was the quarterback's name? Drake?
Yeah.
That came in, that was the coach's son or whatever, and
Yeah.
he was
Drake
skinny
and
and
Josh.
thin. And that quarterback last night,
He was big.
he's a big, healthy boy.
Their freshman quarterback is big.
Yeah, and
When they did pretty good in covering the corners
Their
to keep us from
linebackers
getting outside.
was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
And number 29 is a cornerback.
What was that?
Gargantuan, man.
Like, dude, he
Move
is
your fullback
thick
out
as
the
all
corner.
Yeah, he was thick as I'll get out.
Which,
No wonder we scored 66.
I mean, from a spectator point of view, why don't we just attack that all night long?
Yeah, there you go.
Spectator.
You know,
Yeah.
even when we have our third, rotation, and they're like number 88, do it. I know you're trying to run the clock out, but teach 88 how to go against somebody.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But again, you look back, and we talked about Kane earlier. Defense has a great job. I mean, until the 75-yard touchdown run, they had 100 yards total offense. 100 yards. Total offense through 3 quarters. Because was that a fourth quarter touchdown?
That was a 4
It was.
touchdown.
with 8 minutes left,
So there you go.
Yep.
And you can't ask
Trash time.
anymore. And again, maybe, we worry about first quarter lull, but
Yeah.
can anybody score on this defense too?
And
Consistently enough to put Allen in a big hole.
one of the interesting things, there was one play in particular, the corner on the left side, which was the wide side of the field that game play, number 6. All right, so they throw a swing pass to the right, and there are 10 guys getting up off the pile.
Yep.
And he was the only one, and his guy had ran a go, and that's characteristic of Allen defense is everybody gets to the ball. I mean, you don't get many yards after catch, or
Yeah.
if you break one tackle, you don't get many more generally after that, unless you try to throw a shoulder bump on Emmitt Smith Jr. and he bounces off and does his thing. But that's another topic.
But then to have... Go ahead.
that's so true. And like last night, you'd see somebody that would, like, with one hand go to try to slow them down just enough, and here come 2 or 3 guys,
And they were getting them to slow them down.
and that's where they would
Yeah.
get them.
It reminds me of in Africa
Really?
when
When were you there?
when the lion's on the
The lion or the cheetah or
lion
whatever.
sleep- sleeps tonight?
One lion will do most of the chasing, and the minute that lion gets a paw or knocks the critter down,
The rest of them
2 or 3
come.
more.
here they all come. And it's the way it works, and it's awesome.
And what do they call that?
Mutual Omahals.
It's a pride.
It's the pride of the lion.
What was
Lions
his name?
living-
Who hosted that?
Jack Hanna.
No. What are you talking about?
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon
Perkins.
Perkins.
And who was the guy that ended up having
The guy that was
Jim. It was
It was Jim.
Jim.
Yeah.
He was always
Jim.
wrestling
He was
the
the yuck
lion.
monkey.
Merlin Perkins was behind the
All
bush.
right, we digress.
The mustache.
Well, and so what I was going to say, based on what Thad said, they're all at the ball, but still, when it's time to keep your lanes and time to play your position, they're doing that too. So there's a lot of discipline
Yep.
going on there.
They fly to the ball.
Yeah,
Fly
they
to the ball.
So Grant didn't
like that.
physically score a touchdown.
No.
last
He
night.
did not.
No, he didn't.
But what other 2 quarterbacks did?
You know,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
said there were two things that I was real happy for, and the second one was the backup
Jack
Fergus.
Fergus. That was amazing. I tell you what.
Because he
He
got
paid for
rocked.
He's got a concussion. He got a concussion after the play.
Yeah. Well, and he got rocked on the celebration afterwards.
Yeah.
I think every person on that team smacked him, hit him, or punched him, or grabbed him, or
Good for him too,
Yeah.
because man, he works his tail off. He's
Yeah.
at practice
He
every
does.
day, and
And I
he
told Hal,
knows his role.
I said his role is usually come in and kneel down, and by golly, he get to score. That's
yeah,
awesome.
11 minutes left. It's one of y'all was saying, is he going to take a knee?
Yeah, that was
No.
me. I was like, it's a little early for him to be taking a knee, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
good
was-
for him.
That was
Yeah.
great.
And just that one running play, the thing that stuck out to me, where we could see it down where we were by the south end zone, is
Yeah.
that linebacker was being held so badly. So badly.
On their touchdown run?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that 75-yard touch. I mean, it was ridiculous. So even though the fifth string or whatever was in there, it should have been called
Mitigating
rotation.
circumstances.
It should have been called back.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't care how
that can of worms.
You did, man.
I don't care how far ahead we are. I mean, just
If it's a penalty, it's a penalty.
just being equitable with the players that are out there. Hey, call it.
Yep.
You know.
Most exciting play of the night, and we all knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Raylan.
Raylan Sharp comes in the game, and
You know something's going to happen.
I think all of us feel
There's
that way.
there's
He
an
comes
electric
in,
feeling.
Yeah.
It's like when the sky parts and the sun comes out after 90 gallons a day of October rain.
That's the sound you hear when I come out of the bathroom.
Oh, jeez.
That's why we call him Ray Ray, because he's a ray of sunlight.
All I know is, and you said that when you saw him drop back for a pass, you said automatically touchdown.
Touchdown.
And I kind of figured that, and I didn't think immediately because he had to do some dodging in the backfield on
Yeah.
that play.
Oh, he
When
did.
he
does
got
the
to
lane
yeah.
to-
when he got the corner.
When he
As soon
got
as
that
he
corner.
turned back to the left and saw that green, that's when I said
was
touchdown.
gone.
He was gone.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
saw
for
one of
sure
the
at the
greens?
5-yard line, that group of 3 players there, he was going to get
They were
tackled,
on
but
the
he just
sideline all the time.
he
Walked right in
squirted, he
between them.
squirted right through it. Yeah.
Those kids think they can get an angle on him, and he just like,
Well, and there was another run he had. I think this was earlier on. That it may have been when he was at slide or something. He comes flying, and he's fearless, man. He is
Isn't he, though?
going 90 miles an hour, and he will lower his shoulder if he has to.
You know, all those kids will. Him and Jawan's a tough runner.
Jawan
Mason's
is-
just,
For weighing 110 pounds or
Yeah.
whatever he weighs.
they don't care.
Man.
And I love
And we
that
brought it
about
up
him.
several weeks, and it's just amazing that those kids, they are fearless.
There's, and you know, good for the running backs. They got a lot of carries last night. You know, Grant. Excuse me.
How about old Johnson on that
Grant
one run?
Robinson.
Yeah, Grant Robinson and
Jordan.
Jordan Johnson. You know, we talked to his dad a couple of weeks ago, and Jordan's finally he had 4 for 62 last night. So
30?
yeah, number 30, Jordan. He's just a
He's
sophomore.
quick as a hiccup, too.
And that one going up north,
Yeah.
that was great when he turned the corner.
Turned the corner and off he went.
Take
So,
it off.
Yeah.
You know, 351 yards rushing for the Eagles last night. You know, 8 yards of rush.
And passing, we were over 500 total, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had 512.
Okay.
oh,
All right.
that was 41.
So another solid performance.
Good
Again,
boy
the
from
offense
Georgia
ended
should be
up
happy
kicking
with
it
that
in
running
gear.
yardage.
You scored 38 in the first half,
Yeah.
and you score, 28 in the second. A solid game,
Could have been 40.
but the first quarter just
Yeah.
it's a mystery.
Well-
and maybe it gives us something to talk about. So there we go.
The winner of You're Being Punished, the Kyler Murray, lateness award, goes to number 58, Dave Brooks. He was out the first quarter.
Yeah.
'Cause he
That's
Had a
why we
little
didn't score.
That's what he
punctuation problem. That's it. He told us. And once he got in,
said. They
the
took off.
floodgates opened.
Yeah. He said the guy at Whataburger messed his order up, and he had to go back to the drive-thru.
But when you have to change 10 burgers,
Yeah, that's true.
it takes
Yeah.
some time.
Double burger.
You know, the one thing to keep, and we don't talk specific here, but the one thing you do when you look down on that sideline, and you'll see it a lot next week, is there's several players hobbling around down there with various injuries. And, kudos to those that are stepping up and taking place, but something to keep in mind because, depth is one of Allen's strengths. And, there's-
Especially this year.
yeah.
I mean,
That is so
There
does
is.
seem to be more.
There's good depth.
on the offensive line, all the way across. There's been areas before where we had, certain groups that didn't have the depth, but really this year there is a lot of depth in every area.
Yeah, it was, but I just noticed it last night. There's a few more people banged up. Had a couple get banged up last night, so it's something to keep an eye on. Again, you're 3 weeks away from the first playoff game, and you've got a playoff spot wrapped up. Next week, you get Prosper, who is
Clinch District,
7-1,
who only beat Boyd by
5.
5 points.
Yeah,
you
they
think
gave.
you think they're pumped about playing next week?
I bet they are.
Oh, yeah.
But I bet they're not going to be like East and talk about it.
No.
They'll probably just come in here and take their punishment and go home.
Let's
So-
see.
Well, I
They'll act a
guarantee
little
you-
more proper.
I guarantee you the Eagles will win.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and
Aha.
the my understanding, and I got to look here real quick. They've got a running back, so it's.
I
back,
just hope they don't prosper too much.
Oh, stop. Yeah, Wayne Anderson's got over 1,000 yards. I don't know, what did he have last night?
That doesn't even sound like a running back's name.
Not
Wayne
as,
Anderson?
not as many as he's going to have next week.
Wayne had
That sounds like he should be on The Voice.
10 for 114 last night.
Speaking of the Voice,
Let's talk about the boys.
We have that written down.
Did you like that segue? Did you
That was
like
beautiful.
that segue?
That was way to put your shoulder into it.
Yeah,
you.
that's the way to go, if you do say so
Did
yourself.
anybody get his name?
No.
Oh, y'all were supposed to look that up.
Where are you going to look that up from?
Former contestant on The Voice.
Yeah.
10th season of the Voice. So
10th season.
Yeah, put on. So it was from years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they
Oh,
do like
I
Whenever
two
thought it
the
was a
season
current
took
guy.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's posted on Allen ISD, but whatever your name is, dude, fantastic job last
Yeah,
night.
that was beautiful.
I got goosebumps.
Me too. Oh, so I showed Mark. I'm like, look at that. My hair was sticking up on my arms.
And
beautiful.
we apologize for the sound folks because they didn't have that adjusted just right, and so he was, peeking out a little bit at the top end, but he was belting it. He didn't need it. He didn't need a
That
microphone.
would have been so cool without a microphone.
Gosh, you would have been able to hear it.
Would have been spiritual.
But it was awesome.
It would have moved me.
A good way to start the game. He
Yes.
did a great job.
Yeah.
Gamble gave him a hug.
And all the cheerleaders got around and took a picture, and yeah. Anyway,
Including the protester,
hey, it's all good, man.
who was first in line to get up to him.
We're not
all
allowed
good.
to talk about that.
I just did.
We're not.
Okay.
Everybody
Jack's mean.
can do whatever.
I thought we weren't.
Well,
getting
if we're kind of
political on
going
here.
backwards from talking about the game, talking about the anthem, can't we back up and talk about the A?
You know
There's
my
a
gosh.
rumor about that.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
Well,
about what?
What are you hearing?
The A, the run through.
Blow up.
Oh, the big A.
the big A.
Yeah.
with the a-hole.
What is that rumor?
Well, there's a Humble Atastasita. They're
Yeah.
the Eagles.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Their school colors are navy and red and blue. And we heard rumored that they put in a bid to purchase that A from us, but it fell through. And man, how deflating!
How deflating. Yeah, when you're feeling deflated,
Boy,
it's hard to get
Speaking of deflating, and I didn't pay attention because
They had some limp legs last night.
Oh my!
I think they had a blower that was no blow.
Fred's no longer on the tunnel crew, and he was the one
all
in charge
down
of
the
bringing the
head.
kickstand, and he was.
They
No,
do
it-
seem to be having. Now it hadn't been up for a couple of weeks because
Right, they hadn't practiced. They were out of practice.
Is that what it was?
I guess.
Oh,
I don't
mercy,
know.
really?
Well, they should practice before the game then.
Well,
They
they're
should
used to the
practice all
wind
weekend.
blowing.
What's that?
They're used to the wind blowing, and there was no wind, so they didn't know what to do. They
Well,
were
I heard the
resting
next-
on their
yeah.
laurels, and it.
I heard the next move is they're going to put it on eBay, try and sell it there, recoup that $25K. That's a big
I
chunk of
sold
change, man.
an A on eBay.
We sing, we dance.
Hey, Tom, how about changing
We're
the name
here
of your
all
team
season.
to Arbor's Hill, and we'll sell it to you?
This
Yeah.
podcast is deteriorating every
Yeah.
week.
That's right. The B could be silent. Arbor's Hill.
Arbor's Hill. Yeah, Westerberg.
Way to
you
go,
want it?
Thad.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah, Tom, call us.
Nah, I think a lot of people
Just
are not
move it to
fans of that
Atlanta,
anymore.
and that's what you
Dude,
drive
we'll-
in town through.
Dude, we'll
Ooh.
just donate it to Goodwill. Somebody will take it.
Yeah, they cut it up and use it for something.
That's it.
But anyhow, it's gone.
Bounce house.
Can we talk about other district games
No.
last
No.
night?
Were there other district
They
games
said no.
Anybody besides Nolan?
besides the rest of
I
them?
said no.
We need to because
We need
of
to talk
playoff
about
implications.
District 10.
Well, we'll get there too, but let's
Yeah.
start in ours.
Marcus Shavers.
Plano,
Dude.
Plano pulls another Plano. Second half of the season, here they come. They handled Jesuit pretty easy.
They're a
40
juggernaut.
42-27.
Well, with Jesuit's quarterback out, he's
yeah,
suffering.
he didn't play, but Plano's now 3-2 in district, which puts them right up there with
Right.
Plano East.
Jay Don is giving it a go for the Battle of the McCullough.
We stood there after the game, actually right as the game was getting over, and I looked down at my phone. It's 35-35, McKinney and Plano East, and you're like, oh, please, Lord.
Come on, Marcus.
And
Marcus!
They never updated
Marcus!
again the whole time. I'm just it's driving me nuts. Not
like,
Well,
not knowing
at the
what's
end
going
of the
that
game
was
that
back
way.
and forth
This
because
app
McKinney
is
started.
hard because people, it's up to.
It's busy. But they go into overtime.
McKinney had gone up, David said, "Hey man, McKinney's beating East." And then I looked back again a few minutes later. East was up by like 10 or so, and then it was back and forth. And
Diggs was even getting caught up in it. He, not updating as quick as he was once,
he actually,
I hated that McKinney didn't pull that out. I would have loved that.
Double overtime loss, 45-42.
It's tough, and they didn't even get an opportunity to. I guess they had a long fourth down in their second.
Yeah,
they couldn't try to attempt a
Didn't
field
get there.
goal. So
and they had to hold Plano East out. Plano East
they
scored a
outplayed
field goal.
them. Plano East had 2 fumble recoveries they took back for touchdowns in the game.
look, y'all were on the end. Speaking of field goal, what was ours? A 42.
42.
Dude,
Could have been.
Y'all were there?
55.
Oh,
Yeah.
could have been
Alan said
52-55. Yeah.
He drilled that ball.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, our
That
kicking
thing
went
went
Sorry,
solid.
I just-
It was long and straight.
So, as it stands right
opposite of
now,
my drives.
if the playoffs were to start today, your 4 playoff teams are Allen, Prosper, Plano, and Plano East. So
That's exactly what I called.
We'll have to go back and check.
Wait, let me see if I
Yeah,
got
I
that
think
one.
I had
We'll go back and
Jesuit
check
in
that.
there.
I called McKinney.
McKinney
they would've
and
won last
Boyd are still alive. They're both 2 and 3 now. They do play each other last game of the season. So
Yeah.
I'm
One
going
of
to
the-
say McKinney wins that game.
Ain't a lie.
Well, Plano and
Staying
Boyd
alive.
play next week, and that's at McKinney.
and that's
And
huge.
yeah,
Huge.
that is huge. Huge. Boyd needs to beat
Hey, what do y'all
Plano, and
think
I
about
think
going
they
to that
can.
game instead of the Allen game?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh,
Uh,
East plays West, so East is.
Everybody else could have homecoming. We'll have outgoing. Allen, will you be my date?
Love is in the air.
so East plays West next week.
Yep,
McKinney plays Jesuits.
yep. And that McKinney ought to do well in that game. We'll see how it goes, but
Well, let's
It's
just.
just been some craziness. Who knows how to?
Prosper and Plano last
last
game
game
of the year.
year.
That'll be a good one.
Who does Plano play next week? Boyd, you said.
Plano plays
They
Boyd.
play
Yeah.
Boyd.
So
At-
Plano-
at
to
Boyd.
me-
Prosper isn't too beat up.
Plano
after next
Plano
week.
has the hardest road then.
Yeah.
If they've got
Yeah.
Boyd
Prosper.
and Prosper to win out to get in.
So you're saying that Jaden still got a chance to.
Doesn't
to
Plano
take
only
all
have to
down,
win
yeah.
one of those?
Well, it depends on McKinney because McKinney owns the tiebreaker over Boyd or over Plano.
Plano.
So
And I think this is the whole problem with a football team that put so much emphasis on one game, and that was the Allen game.
Oh, East-
Everything
East,
was
you mean?
leading up to the Allen game for East, and when you got your fanny slapped, they lost all
Spankeration.
integrity too. They lost all identity as to who they were and what they were doing.
yeah,
Their confidence got rocked.
Absolutely.
Well, and I'm very Tepper and those guys were touting that East defense.
Legit. That's
and I,
legit.
And I wasn't buying it. And I think
For sure not
Allen
buying it
can
now.
certainly expose it, but I think there were teams they played before then that made you go, Now they've got a pretty good offense and they're pretty explosive, and that allowed them to win some games. But that defense to me was nowhere near what it was being. And the last 3 weeks, I mean, Plano's
that's
scored over.
obvious.
They've given up over 40. The last 3 weeks they've given up over 40 points. Now they've won 2 of those games. No, they haven't. They've lost. They've only won 1 of them last night. And
It's like watching the Big 12.
Which they shouldn't
when you
have.
got to outscore, it's hard. It's really hard because it puts a lot of pressure on your offense to be perfect.
Yeah, we knew that in 2014.
Yeah, and luckily you had somebody directing it that could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure they can. And they didn't against Plano, and they certainly didn't against Allen. And so that defense in East to me has really got some work to do if they're going to be any sort of legitimate playoff team at all. First, they got to get there. I mean, they got
Maybe not.
West next week.
Yeah.
They could,
Wouldn't that be something? Their only win.
yeah, that would.
Plano West.
And so
Well, who does Plano play in the last game of the year?
Prosper.
Prosper.
Plano
they
could go out the end of the year with 2 losses.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That-
Very easily.
They're no.
You ever
know-
seen a sheet of paper? Crap.
A shade of paper.
So when you look at District 10, Rowlett wins again last night.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me.
Here we go.
And so that
11
is
years
really
later.
kind of shaping up to be,
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
yeah.
We will be hosting.
Don't hang yourself.
What are we going to say?
The Eagles will win that game too.
The game won't be played at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Well, that'll be a
That's
Friday
the
night
one.
game.
Yeah, but that was the limb I was going out on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be a
Eagles will
I
Friday
thought I
night.
was going to say
Breakfast
something
bowl.
else, didn't you?
The Eagles will win.
Eagles will win that one too.
So that more and more. I guess next week we'll know more, but this week it still looks like Rowlett's going to be
The opponent.
Opponent.
the
Victim.
It'll be at our place. Be on a Friday night, hopefully. Hopefully it don't
Yeah.
move to Saturday.
And Terry knows all about Rowlett.
Yeah, Terry does.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So that
I'll
is
have to
down
go in
the
the
road.
archives of the Dallas Morning
Yeah, that would be
News
an
and-
interesting game
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Dallas Morning News is guaranteed to do a story about the
Everybody,
2007.
all the kids spending the night
Retro.
like it has any relevance
up in
whatsoever.
school, a little sleepover.
Whoa, look at that down there being all Mr. Magician and stuff.
Well, you know, if Allen's going to lose any game this year,
Yep.
He was
So Prosper next week, homecoming. Everybody come out. Everybody show up. If you own season tickets,
Rumor has it
Use
there'll
them
be a
or sell them.
tailgate.
or sell them.
Or give them away.
Something. Let's have.
Mum's
butts in
the word.
stands. Mum is the word.
Yeah.
Hey, and if you don't like the people you sit around, come get a bowl of David's chili.
Hey,
yeah,
You'll teach them.
that's right.
Wow.
You're guaranteed
Revenge
to be
is sweet.
on fire.
And we'll loan you a lighter.
it is chilly week next week for the Balding Eagles.
Well, actually, Miss Thomas will have that lighter.
Oh, she will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Miss Thomas. Down
She
on the
came back
farm.
for seconds, too.
Out on the farm,
Down on the farm.
Thad.
What do we got?
Markel Ellis.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Who is Markel Ellis?
He is number 2 on the freshman team.
All right.
He plays quarterback.
QB1.
QB one. On
Then he
freshman.
plays
Defensive
slot
tackle.
receiver.
Yep.
All right.
Then he returns punts, kicks, plays safety.
Hands out
So they haven't
towels.
decided how they want to use him.
So are they a six-man team?
No, just one.
But they do have a lot of good talent. Well, they came out Thursday night, kind of had little issues with the first 3 possessions. We
That sounds familiar.
had a pass snatched
Practicing
away
for
from the
varsity.
receiver. Hey, I'm sorry that the middle of my sentence was not as important as the beginning of yours, but we'll.
Really?
So,
Spit it out.
That was a funny.
dude,
way to
I
put
was
it.
spitting it.
Go.
Anyway, so they had some issues, and we're down. I left with, and shame on me, I left with 3 minutes left or so. We're down 34-21, and they came back and won 35-34. But Markel and there's another running back named
Who's number 5?
Jaden Jenkins, and they have a lot of speed, a lot of talent, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. It's Netachawaku or something. He's big boy, number 71, is right at 300 pounds now.
Offensive lineman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
They got a lot of
Freshman?
big
yeah,
kids.
and so
Yeah.
the pipeline is flowing.
It's definitely eating.
It's called the wall.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Trump.
they look very good. Now, since they were kind of some struggles going on, the varsity coaches were down on the 10-yard line, navigated to about the bench area, and you could hear Coach Kane talking about leaving your teammates out to dry and stuff like that. He was getting in on some, and then Coach Gamble's talking to the head coach, and there was some extra energy being exerted by the coaching staff. So that was good to see, though.
A little motivational pump
yeah.
going into the system.
Sounds
Yes.
like it worked. If
It
came
did,
back
it
and
did.
won. So the freshman team won.
Yeah.
The 2 JV teams won.
Yeah.
And the big boys won. So good week for
Yeah.
all levels.
But you folks out there listening, just remember Markel Ellis. He's the next whatever.
Nolan.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He's the next Nolan.
The next
Nolan.
Nolan.
Nolan's a baller.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
Couple of the things we need to talk about, and God bless every one of these men
Yes.
that were willing to go out last night at halftime, talented dads. Oh,
And make a spectacle of.
it was
a
the
spectacle.
best halftime
Thank
show
you.
ever.
I think it was an impromptu BEBC tryout.
Oh my God.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was priceless.
You're out.
You
You're
know,
in.
it's sometimes it's painful to watch stuff, but it's so painful it makes you laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what it was all about, entertainment. And guys, way to go.
And not taking themselves too seriously.
There you go.
That's the BEBC tryout part.
Our motto, man. Just,
Well, so normally, you know, the Talonette and the Talonette parents, the cheerleaders, cheerleader parents, the football players and the football player, you know, senior moms will get up at the pep rally and they'll dance and stuff. But so this year the Talonettes and their dads were out on the field for those that weren't there. And they did some tandem dancing. And it
And they picked the perfect song, too.
it drew out the talent.
Nice and easy, rockin' Robin.
I know you want to say something. I can see it's all over your face, man. I turned to Alan and I said, "Thank the good Lord that my daughter is not a Talonette."
Is that a Switzerland hat? Oh my God! You're
Yeah, I'm
neutral.
neutral.
Going all
You're
neutral.
He is wearing a Switzerland hat.
Wow.
But that was greatness. And thanks for the laughs and for the entertainment.
Yeah, and whoever that lady was that came and sat next to us, and we figured out that it was her husband.
yeah.
That was one of them down there. We enjoyed that. That was fun.
That was fun. So kudos to you guys for putting yourselves out there. So, Alan, you have a PSA.
Yeah, I've been gone for several weeks. I haven't seen a couple game stuff, and I've been gone, and I've been reading a lot. And the whole thing is with this whole opioid thing,
Yep.
about how people are being so addicted to things. You know, we have opioids. I was reading this article in USA Today about the pornography addiction, which is huge, and gambling, all these things. Drinking, of course, it's been around forever, and all that stuff. And I've had to kind of come to grips with myself. I'm addicted to the hokey pokey.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
But after, no, seriously,
Got a headache.
I thought that tied in with the porn addiction.
Are we done now?
but the thing
Oh, the
is
hokey pokey.
And until next week.
with all the reading that I've done and
I
online
got a pain in my stomach now.
and you know, the internet is a great resource. I have great hopes that I can turn myself around.
Oh my God!
That's almost kind of like the glass
You need
eye
to start
story.
out with the PSA so we can get Nolan
She
to
caught
read
my
that.
Jeez Louise!
Well, we'll be praying for you, brother.
Well, and I appreciate it because that's what it's all about.
Oh God!
Come on.
Much love, much respect.
Hey, now, tell the little story about your coffee and your muffin this morning.
Oh,
Let's
my gosh.
not. What? Oh, that one.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yes, he is the Muffin Man. He lives down on Drury Lane.
You got nothing.
Stood there.
Nolan.
So
Nolan gave
what
you
did the
number.
guy say when he...
Has anybody seen my baseball? Have you
Can't
seen my
do that.
baseball?
I'll get in so much trouble.
Have you seen my baseball?
Oh lordy. That's what Saturday.
Yo, you're a baller.
Get outside. Go see the sunshine, will you?
And if you haven't voted early, it's still they're open today and tomorrow.
Yes.
And
That's
go
it.
to the bus barn. They're
That's awesome.
in and out, no time.
Yeah.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yes, the bus barn's got
No waiting.
They do,
Like
got
10 different.
Tomorrow also?
Yeah,
Yeah,
should be.
tomorrow
Yeah.
too.
And don't
Right around
worry,
the
you don't
corner
have to
tomorrow.
vote in your
on
precinct.
Sunday.
You can vote
We open on
anywhere.
That's what the guy in front of it told
Oh, wow.
me last night.
Bring your ID. Dang it.
What do you mean, dang it? It's a good thing.
Your
Yeah.
ID.
Depends on how many times you want to vote.
Exactly.
Well,
All right.
Anybody got anything else?
no, sir.
Eyelash in the eyeball.
Hey, what's the weather like supposed to be for next week? Has anybody looked?
Yes, we looked. The low next
40%.
Friday night is 42, but the high Friday's in the 60s with a 40% chance of rain as it stands.
Yes! More rain!
But it's a week out, so things can change.
And it'll be 80.
Yeah, 80 today.
Changes in the wind.
Is it really going to
Yeah.
be 80s?
Supposed to be.
And tomorrow, too.
I didn't.
Tomato.
Got to turn that air conditioner back
Tamale.
on.
Hot tamale.
All I can say is I came in landing from London yesterday.
Landon
Landon from
Landon.
London.
from London.
Coming
Sounds like
in
a
and
winery.
seeing the blue sunshine.
What is that?
And this gal I was working with, I said, what is all that blue stuff out there?
Yes,
What's that yellow ball? There's a yellow ball in the sky. What is that?
Jeez.
It was so great yesterday. Man, that was a great day.
Today will be another.
I got that sunshine in my pocket.
Good.
Sing it, bro.
That
Feeling
new
like a
song in my
rocket.
feet.
All right, guys.
need
Another
to end
victory.
this.
Allen's 8-0. Next week, Prosper, 7 o'clock, Eagles
Homecoming.
Stadium. Homecoming, which doesn't mean anything.
Everybody wear their mums.
Mums. Glad
Mum's
I don't have
the
to buy
word.
one. So, what'd you say?
Mom's the word.
Mom's the word.
Mum's the word.
I thought Greece was the word.
Ooh.
Is the word. Is the word.
We can get into
Hey, say, man,
Hey man, let's just
y'all
cut
done
it
made
off
it to
now.
Allen, Texas, so we got to live our best life.
Let's just cut
Mom's
it
the
off.
word. You know what I'm
it?
talking about.
No,
no
not
idea what you're
really.
talking about. So, on that note,
Zip it.
Number one song.
Zip
Number
it.
one song.
it's over.
What?
And we are out.
Out.